You know what they say, a piece of Xbox news a day keeps the depression at bay. Well, that's not the case anymore. It just creates more depression now. So what's going on right now? It seems like there's always negative Xbox news. This video, surprisingly, is not about the Game Pass tier list, which there's plenty of videos about that. That's to be expected with subscription models. They always introduce tiers and get more money out of you once they have developed a consumer base. So what's going on now? Well, before we get into what's going on, feel free to subscribe to this amazing channel with very high quality, exciting news. Join the Wolf Squad. We're not Wolf community yet. We're too small. So join the Wolf Squad. All right, so what's going on? Basically, the Xbox Series X is not going to be pushed in outside regions outside of the US as much anymore. Now, this is a rumor. This is a rumor, I will preface that. And why is this happening? Well, right here, using our good old AI tool. So the Xbox 360 came out in 2005. 4 years later, in 2009, it had sold around 41 million units. 4 years, 41 million units for the 360. The Xbox One, the VHS player, came out in 2013. 4 years later is 2017. And in those 4 years, it had sold 34 million units. All right, so from the previous gen, 41, it went down to 34. All right, that's not bad, especially because the Xbox One had a bad launch. But then we have the Series X, which came out in 2020. And 4 years later, in 2024, it has sold 21 to 27 million units. Let's meet in the middle at 25 million units. Well, maybe the middle is like 23 and a half or 24 and a half, whatever. You get the point. But let's say 25 million units. So we went from 41 to 34 to 25. It keeps going lower and lower and lower. And with the Series X, there was no controversy with it. There wasn't a underpower 720p or 900p like the Xbox One had. And it didn't come out more expensive like the Xbox One did with the PS4, where the PS4 was 400, the Xbox One was 500. The Xbox 360 had the red rings of death, if you remember. The Xbox Series X came out, no issues, very powerful, more powerful on paper than the PS5, and it didn't matter. It is still selling poorly. So Microsoft is like, well, what should we do now? Well, I'm going to read this article and tell you what's going on. And I know I said that this is a rumor, but there's one thing in here that tells me it's not. It kind of gives it away. And I'll tell you what it is. It's quite funny. So Microsoft could stop pushing Xbox consoles in Europe and other regions. So the marketing plans for Microsoft regarding its Xbox consoles could be changing in a major way. In the latest edition of Tom Warren's The Notepad newsletter, the push to sell Xbox consoles in Europe and other regions could be going the way of the dodo bird. According to a tip Warren received, Microsoft will reportedly stop marketing the Xbox console itself in Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. Instead, the company will focus solely on Xbox Game Pass, cloud gaming, PC, and Xbox controllers. The thing that gave it away are the Xbox controllers. Dear Lord, like if you've been alive in the past 10 years, you know Microsoft, it's like every week, maybe like Sony releases God of War 1 and Ghost of Tsushima in 2018, and Xbox will come out and be like, we have a new red Xbox controller with a little bit different design. There aren't these indentations at the top bumpers. This is why I believe this, because they said Xbox controllers. This is solely why I believe this rumor. And then they say they'll focus on Game Pass, cloud gaming, and PC. That also is why I believe this. And Microsoft has been struggling to sell Xbox Series S and X consoles in many countries across EMEA, which is Europe, Middle East, and Africa. And the tipster believes Microsoft will now allocate less console stock to Europe as a result, he says. So they're struggling to sell Xbox consoles. They're going to lower the amount of stock that Europe has. Warren adds that he hasn't been able to fully verify the information from the tipster and is still looking for more information. Like I said, you don't need to even verify this because they mention Xbox controllers. You already know it's real. Overall, the sales of the Xbox Series consoles have been struggling since their release in November 2020. According to the latest sales data, the Xbox Series consoles are 13% behind that of the Xbox One through the same time on the market. They are also being the Xbox 360 over the same time, though no specific gap was given. It's a grammar error there. But yeah, they're also losing to the 360, which I showed earlier. What do you think of Microsoft seemingly changing its marketing strategy for the Xbox in Europe, the Middle East, and Africa? So yeah, guys, what do you think? What do you think? Well, to me, I'm not shocked. I mean, listen, they're not giving stock to Europe, and they only mention Europe because they probably already have stock in the Middle East and Africa, and it's just sitting on the shelves. And I wouldn't send more stock over to Europe when their consoles are just sitting on the shelves. So that's fine, but when they say they're gonna not market as much anymore, to me, like, you don't really need to spend money on marketing specifically the Xbox One console anymore because people know what it is, right? It makes sense that they're going to market Game Pass, cloud gaming, PC. But hey, like, the new Game Pass tiers, it's better to get the PC version. You get a better deal at a better price. I don't know the details. I just know you get more for the $11.99, I think, on PC than you do on the $10.99 or $11.99 on the Xbox. Basically, this whole week, a lot of news has come out that Microsoft is pushing away towards the Xbox console and wanting you to just play on the PC. It comes across as. So yeah, guys, what do you guys think? Do you think this is a good move? Do you care or not care? Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.